Welcome back to Body Harvest, the final level, with our exciting new guests. Any one of you can go?
You're not the boss of me.
I was going to try and be polite there, but...
No such luck. The familiar voices of Kaboom, Dragoon, and Derek Barona. The only guests did not intro themselves. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, fuck the system.
I take it as mild payback for how long it took to get in on this.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Seriously, man, I thought we were cool.
Well, you did make it to the final level, where things are drastically different from how they've been the rest of the game.
Yeah, we're
on the alien home planet.
Being in the far-off year of 2015 kind of looks exactly like I'd imagine it.
2016.
Oh crap, we've dated the LP just by existing.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch this goddamn LP after it's done.
I don't know, man. I've gone back and rewatched Twisted Metal a couple times, but I enjoy the car explosions.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of them in this, because we're driving in a car the entire level. And, we're gonna
the hover tank here.
So you say hover tank, I say stack of weird pancakes. Tell me I'm not the only one seeing it.
I'm looking at it, and I am just immediately thinking back to Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, yeah, that works. Hated those levels.
You should probably up your dosages then, because no one wants to remember that game.
Well, that game's great.
That was honestly a really good game, and I will have words with you after this recording, and they will be violent.
Thankfully, we have a majority. Kaboom Dragoon, you've been voted off.
Fine. I don't need this. I'll do my own LP. No, I won't.
Blackjack and hookers? Of course not.
Well, no, because there's rules against foreign games in the forums.
I swear to God, we've had this conversation before.
I think we managed to do it at least once every LP we're in.
That's a good bit.
It just seems to come up organically, I guess.
There's a disagreement, then someone says they're going to do their own LP.
Meanwhile, there's now lava in the asteroid.
Lava of some sort. If we head out that way, we die. So we can't do that. We're on a very strict path.
Yeah,
as we explore the alien homeworld.
It's an N64 game. Green mist generally means death.
Well, I was looking more at the red lava ground.
Yeah, that too.
Basically, everything is death here because aliens are going to spawn in constantly. They're going to respawn infinitely, and they can all do about a quarter of our health bar per hit.
So pretty much the only real way to get through is to... Oh, she don't look good.
Yeah, she's been fucked up because she's been living on the alien homeworld for 25 years while we time traveled.
Ew.
Ah, she took the slow path then.
Yeah. Luckily she caught up on every Star Wars movie in the meantime.
See, I was thinking Metroid myself.
You gotta have priorities, man.
There's a lot of Star Wars references in this level. And I don't care for it, but we're gonna deal with it.
See, I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm just kind of thinking the Black Comet from Shadow the Hedgehog, and I'm regretting that that reference makes sense to me.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be thinking that.
See, I'm thinking that the robot looks like an evil Rob.
Yeah, I've been saying that the entire LP.
It definitely has the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob the Robot has been promoted to co-pilot in Daisy's absence. Gonna finally get to know a lot more about him, because he's been tight-lipped this entire game.
The exciting lore of forgotten classic Body Harvest.
I love how you just sped straight through all of that and then got caught up on the geometry.
Yeah, those little buildings, we can blow them up to get ammunition, but because they're buildings, touching them with the hovercraft makes you stop dead in your tracks. And take a bunch of hits.
Blast Core, this is not.
Yeah, no kidding.
I always used to get this confused with Blast Core for some reason.
Yeah, that happens a lot. They look very similar because they're very near launch N64 games.
Yeah.
All N64 games look the same.
Blast Core was actually my first N64 game.
This was DMA design as well, wasn't it?
Nice. Blast Core was Rare.
Yeah, I was saying Body Harvest was DMA design.
Yeah, Body Harvest is DMA, yeah. They were both on Nintendo's Dream Team, for what that's worth.
I remember my uncle gave me my first my N64 and gave me Blast Core with it. And I was so pissed because I wanted Mario. Then I actually started playing it. I was just like, "Oh, this is a pretty great game," except for all of the levels that required me to use the dump truck.
No one likes the dump truck.
It's just so obtuse to try and figure that thing out. You have to like drift into shit with your rear end. And it's just like, no, I think I'll take the giant robot levels instead.
Yeah, I've mentioned before that Blast Core basically ruined the development of this game because they were chugging along, and then like halfway through development they realized they saw some Blast Core footage and they realized that they could not use sprites in this game.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that at the time. The development of this got set back like 2 or 3 times.
So many times. It was still, as far as I can tell, all evidence points to this was completed in time for the N64 launch. But it was not released. Because Shigeru Miyamoto didn't like it.
Yeah, that's right.
Miyamoto stonewalls you. You know you fucked up.
Sorta?
At least as far as Nintendo's concerned.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I remember even with the third-party titles, Nintendo took a really scary hands-on approach just to make sure that their Wonder Console wouldn't fail.
Yeah, they were very totalitarian.
Ironically, it almost worked in their favor for a lot of stuff.
It meant that they were able to keep the quality level higher. I mean, say what you will, but the early PlayStation library had some real stinkers in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's almost no PlayStation games that hold up to this day.
Yeah, I mean...
Whereas N64 has a few at least.
I mean, Jumping Flash was fun, but incredibly shallow. And Wipeout had, 10 tracks in it? It's a very, very small amount, if I remember.
Yeah. I will say, though, the N64 is basically only outdone by the Dreamcast in terms of consistent bizarreness.
Oh, yes.
And a general console-wide aesthetic sort of going on for every single game.
Yeah.
That sort of feels a little bit like gaming with faint praise, though, to say it like that.
In a lot of ways. It makes it very charming in a completely unique way that no other console has even come close to.
This console had the weirdest shit. It was awesome.
Exactly. It's a very specific appeal. But it appeals to me.
When your game library consists of Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, Power Stone, and Crazy Taxi, yeah, kind of hard to get a read.
Don't forget Seaman.
And like, they all use the same 4 sound effects in all those games. Dreamcast is bizarre. N64 is close.
And yet, we love them both.
Indeed. So that was some crazy bullshit that we talked over there.
Yeah, that was some... That was a trip.
Yeah, but we're rewarded for somehow surviving all that with a save point.
Yay! Now we can fuck up.
Just pictured you hammering the yes button.
It's not like the beacons in the previous levels. We just get to save the one time and then get on our way once again. And fall into a trap immediately, of course.
Of course.
Daisy's distress beacon was a fake.
Cobra Commander is pissed.
I was thinking a little bit more like Vile from Mega Man X, but that works too.
He's classic nemesis.
I am scary evil man who is evil.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Identical looking character who is your equal in every way and is evil.
Gotta have one in everyone.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a sweet ass stack of pancakes like we did.
No such luck. Although, we'll see next video that might not be the case. Maybe he does have a stack of pancakes that could rival even our own.
Well, he's certainly got the kaijus down, so...
Stack of pancakes to surpass Metal Gear. Sorry, no idea where I was going with that.
I can take a guess.
I thought coming in here would raise the laser barrier and therefore keep out all the aliens that had swarmed around in the previous area.
No, just let him catch up.
Exactly. We're trapped in here, but the other aliens, they can come and go as they please. And considering this is sort of a boss fight, we don't want them here because they're killing the shit out of me.
Yeah, shades of Twisted Metal all over again.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's rough. Twisted Metal had better controls though.
That goes without saying.
Ouch.
I fared a little better.
And now we're fucked.
Yep. Pistol was not enough to save my life.
Yeah, shame you couldn't use it in yourself there.
Yeah, no kidding. If we get knocked out of the vehicle, we have a couple of seconds to retaliate, but it's completely impossible. We only have the pistol and sometimes the shotgun for some reason. But they do no damage to the aliens on the homeworld. They're just too powerful. I'm pretty sure that there is no easy mode of the alien Comet. Like, because we're on the alien Comet, it just bumps us up to hard mode automatically.
I thought it was one of those games where you can't progress past a certain point if you're on a certain difficulty level.
You can't on the PAL version of this game.
That would be why.
On the US version, they changed it, but I don't think they changed the difficulty of the level itself.
So they Superman 64 Joe what it did.
Yeah, of course. That's an appropriate comparison.
Because if there's any game that you want to be compared to in any way, it's Superman 64.
See, I was going to go with Streets of Rage 3, where they bumped all the difficulty up one level, but, you know, you do you.
I felt like twisting the knife a little bit.
So you guys all have a very high opinion of this game. That you haven't even fully followed the LP.
I just admitted that I'm an episode or 3 behind. I didn't say anything about not following it entirely.
Yep.
Hey,
you all know enough.
I'm a working man, y'all.
But regardless, this second try went much better. Because the aliens from the area previous to this one despawned when I reloaded the game.
Oh, thank God.
That's the only way I've ever beaten this weird semi-boss fight.
So now it's just really annoying as opposed to fucking impossible.
Although the spot with the 3 at once, it's really tough no matter how you face it.
At least they're generous enough with the health.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, after you kill all 3 of them, 1,000,000 of those health pickups all spawn at once from nowhere.
Yeah, exactly when you don't need them.
Yeah, basically. They just want to make sure you're going into this area with full health for very important reasons that we're about to see. But anyway, we've got more hope that Daisy might still be around.
Except those life signs are fading very rapidly.
Rob has been kind of a disaffected non-entity this entire game, and now he's suddenly very invested in getting Daisy back. So it's interesting that they're finally giving him a character.
He's pretty clearly worried about her, yeah.
Yeah, it's just very sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, in reverse. It also means that he's intentionally been a dick to us the entire game thus far.
I absolutely love that sort of warping effect when you go into the map.
It's very 90s.
It's so 90s it hurts.
At least it's not like the Batman style, like, speed spinning of it. It's just a slow twirl.
But we gotta make our way into the city, and there's no direct path. We have to go in a spiral around the entire map to get into the city.
Yeah, the bugs can fly, so...
And maybe they can traverse whatever that fluid is that kills us if we go into it.
Yeah, maybe it's like the creep in StarCraft, where they can go like in rocket speed on it, whereas everything else just slows to a crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will admit the backwards drift up the mountain while still killing things is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's our main problem. If we go into the goop, we are stuck there. We have to move at a crawl, and it does constant, very high damage over time.
Unlike the explosions, which you are rubbing faces with.
Oh yeah, those are good explosions. Those explosions give us ammo.
And there's a happy little explosion.
Yeah. These are the alien spore pods. The alien spore pods give us cluster bombs. Whatever this gun is called. The clusterfuck.
I was actually reading a book the other day called Clusterfuck. Carlton Mellick III. Great writer if you like weird shit.
Yeah, bizarro fiction.
Yep. I think we've probably spoken about this in an LP before as well.
Definitely off mic. Or definitely not off mic, but off recording.
Yeah, off the record.
You and I have mentioned it.
Yep.
Anyone who doesn't say the explosions are fun is a liar.
Oh yeah, especially N64 explosions. They've got a lot of color to them. They're always things of beauty.
I always like the sound effects. They always sounded really chunky, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Crunchy.
That's an apt description.
It's a constant fireworks display here in the last level of Body Harvest.
As all sci-fi shooter games involving time travel should be.
Yeah, it was good enough for Time Splitters.
Those UK developers love time travel and aliens exploding.
As UK-ite, I can confirm this, yes.
There we go.
Yeah, look at Doctor Who.
So here's the acid processor. They shan't be processing acid anymore.
And there's going to be some really pissed off alien hippies after you in a minute.
And yeah, that's what the Comet is covered in, acid for some reason. Maybe they use it as blood.
Maybe there's a Grateful Dead concert going on just in the middle of that hill.
That could be too, although they missed the 60s by a couple of levels.
There's time travel involved.
We've been to the 60s.
I was gonna say, you missed with that first shot.
Yeah, this is the plasma bomb, and it's awful. We've used it once on a boss fight, and yeah, it's total garbage. Although it does have very specific use in a later section. But for the most part, I just blow myself up with it.
Yeah, I'm guessing the sort of floaty aiming and driving controls don't help much.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to drive myself into it while it's exploding, and it does more damage to me than anything else.
Yep.
That's no good for anyone.
We've also used the resonator for the very first time. We've never had access to the resonator before the Comet. And what it does is it explodes an entire area. So now that we've got a million enemies here, resonate the shit out of them.
That worked. Took a lot of small fry at least.
Yeah. Those bad things. Those are the main enemy in this area, and they are really, really damaging.
Hunter S. Thompson is shitting himself right now.
Oh yeah. They get like 4 or 5 lightning bolts on you all at once, and it adds up very quickly.
They remind me of friggin' mutilisks from StarCraft.
Yeah.
I believe the meme is fucking mutilisks. And indeed, they are that.
Sure, we'll go with that. I hold StarCraft in a little bit better esteem than to curse at it all the time.
See, at first I wasn't sure if they were firing the lightning at you or if it was some kind of defensive measure.
Nope, it's those assholes. They remind me of the Scourges from Diablo myself, but that's also a Blizzard game, so... All the same route.
All we need is mention of corruption, and we've got the trifecta.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
So, speaking of trifecta, it's us 3 on a Let's Play video. Figure it's time to start talking about Siren?
We already did.
I thought you were going to say it's only a matter of time before one of us says something horribly offensive.
Well, we've probably got that covered already. Because, I mean, this game does remind me of Siren a lot. Not so much in terms of the actual gameplay, as you can see. That's nothing like Siren.
Yeah, because I don't remember Kiyoya getting into a hover tank and blowing shit up. Maybe I missed that.
That's in Siren 2.
Yeah, maybe that level wasn't in the PAL version.
I want to see sidejacking while doing this.
For the most part, my experience with the both games is basically identical. I had a lot of nostalgia for them, but I only ever got to like 1/10 of the way through them.
Is that Siren 1 and 2 or Siren and Blood Curse?
Just the original Siren. There's only one Siren. We don't talk about Blood Curse.
Because Siren 2 was actually released in Europe for some bizarre reason, but not the rest of the world, other than Japan, obviously.
Yeah, no, we never got it over here.
Yeah, I know, Derek, we've spoken about it a lot, but yeah, I managed to pick it up a while back, and was talking to some American friends at the time, and they were like, "How did you get that?" I said, "Did you not get a release of it?" "No! We need to watch you playing it right now!"
I could have sworn I heard it was never even translated.
Nope.
Like, is it in Japanese?
It's got 2 dialogue tracks. One which is the original Japanese, and one which is translated English. But It's weird because it's still British voice actors, but they try and do Asian accents, so it all comes off as ever so slightly racist.
Bizarre.
I know we've talked about that before, yeah.
Yeah, the first game had the British actors, which was charming.
Yeah, and hilarious because half the cast I recognise from TV adverts. Like, the guy who plays Akira has been in so many adverts. Can't name any of them off the top of my head, but he's one of those guys, if you've heard his voice, you know him.
So it's sort of like Pete Gold in Payday.
Yeah, because he also did the Shockwave's hair gel adverts in the UK as well.
So many strangers.
There's probably one person out there listening to this going, because there always is.
Yeah, if you are that person, sorry. There aren't any others. It's just you.
Aww.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone who's familiar with Siren and that obscure commercial, but not the connection between them.
Nothing's coming up, Millhouse. But yeah, as I say, it's just really bizarre listening to all these voices that you recognise from adverts and voiceovers talking about destroying evil. You know, it's kind of like, the only way I can think of it would be like if Bob Ross and the Slap Job guy started an action movie. It's that level of mindfuckery.
You know, as someone who grew up watching Bob Ross's show, I would love to see him go full on like fucking Chuck Norris on TV. He certainly had the beard for it.
But still keeping that even, calming tone.
Oh, it would be the most calming beatdown ever.
And if you don't get out of my face, I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth.
Pretty much. So now we have probably managed to offend someone with that, because I'm sure there's somebody watching that liked Bob Ross just as much as I did, and they're like, wait a fucking minute.
You're gonna have to try a lot harder to offend Bob Ross fans. Those guys are chill as fuck.
Seriously, they have run out of fucks to give.
There's always the one outsider in every group.
And for once, it's not me.
Talk shit about ASMR, and then we're gonna get voted off the internet.
Well, since you mentioned it...
As well we should be.
That's the remake of Metroid 2, isn't it?
ASMR?
I keep seeing the thread and thinking, oh, wait, what? Is this someone whispering into my ear telling me I'm a cat girl or some shit? I don't know. I've been frightened to click on it ever since.
Although, speaking of the Metroid 2 remake, my roommate picked it up before, you know, it got CD'd. Holy shit, that game is fun. Like, Metroid 2 is probably the only Metroid game that I never beat growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've gone through all the rest of them. I will not touch Metroid 2.
I fucking hate that game. And this is coming from someone who had Battletoads on the Game Boy. I beat it.
Okay, now that's just some double standard bullshit right there.
No, I beat Battletoads on the Game Boy. I could never even get past the first couple of areas. Granted, this was when I was like 9, 10 or so, but even still, bullshit.
Oh, we're at the entrance to the alien city, and they have got statues of Satan.
I see that.
Because they've named all of their bosses after Satan already, so we're entering hell.
One likes big butts and cannot lie. The other one hates big butts and only tells the truth.
Very true.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what they were going for. I might be wrong, you know, but death of the author.
Yeah, precisely. Clearly you understand this game better than DMA even did.
Well, I mean, clearly anyone who has any opinions on a game knows it better than the original developers. Take Siren, for instance. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So many comparisons to Siren.
We are never going to get away from that.
Yeah, I mean, mostly because this game and Siren both, like, they go completely off the rails after the part that I'm nostalgic for.
Yeah.
So, like, at this point in the game, I don't even recognize this as Body Harvest. What on earth is going on?
It's a little hard to recognize it, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize body harvest as bloke in angular armor and
Running over children.
yeah, and like horse and carriages and shit.
Yep, but those were the days. Next time we will continue exploring the alien comet and murdering them where they live.
As we should.
Verily.